Hello guys, firstly I'm just going to apologise for my voice. I've had a cold for the last 2 weeks and I'm not getting rid of it. I keep putting off doing videos thinking, well, eventually the cold will go away and then I can record these videos, but it keeps sort of going away and then coming back with vengeance, and it's really annoying. So I figured I would just get out there and do it, because the more I put it off, the more I'm making it this big barrier, and I already have enough problem uploading to YouTube. I still haven't quite gotten over the anxiety bleh of it all. So yeah, sorry if I sound a bit duffy, but we'll get there. This is a picture I actually drew a few weeks ago now. I was really good with my YouTube channel. I was really on schedule and uploading a video every week, and I was really proud of myself. And then Christmas happened and I was working on this huge Steven Universe painting that just took forever to edit, because it was hours and hours of footage, and I was trying to get that painting down to like 15 minutes and it wasn't happening. And by the time I did, it was not Christmas anymore and I felt a bit weird uploading it. And then we were due to get really fast internet in our village, and I was sort of putting off doing these videos until then, because uploading them on our slow internet took, gosh, it would take like all night, all overnight, and half the next day. So it just wasn't very great. And then the internet didn't really happen in the village, and we were on the phone to talk like every day for 2 weeks. So it was just all these things putting it off. So the biggest excuse is that I'm pretty useless and I'm awful at keeping a schedule, but I want that to change. Now I've got no excuses. We've got the fast internet, I've got the time, I've got the equipment, so I just need to do it. This is it's another Steven Universe picture. I think you'll find that a lot of my art on this channel is going to be Steven Universe, and I'm kind of sorry for that, but also not really. We were due to go to Disneyland Paris just after Christmas. It's my boyfriend and I's anniversary on the 25th? 6th? Oh my god. Don't hate me, Moose, I'm sorry. We went to Disney on the 25th, which is why that number was in my head. I know when our anniversary is, honest. I've lost the entire train of thought I had now. Oh gosh, I'm such a bad girlfriend. We went to Disneyland on the 25th because it's our anniversary on the 26th, and we did that last year for our 5 years, and now it's our 6 years, and blah 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 blah. And the thing was that I wanted to do a little project that was sort of Disney related and also Steven Universe related, because my head is perpetually bouncing between being really into Steven Universe and really into Disney, and I figured what better way than to combine the two. And I didn't want to do like a crossover picture as such. I wanted to do a what would the gems make of Disneyland, because I can't imagine any of them would really get it. And I thought it was a really fun series of pictures. I still haven't quite finished it. I've only drawn 3 so far, which you can already see on my Tumblr and Twitter and Facebook and that, because I was putting off uploading them for the longest time because I wanted to wait for accompanying videos. But then, yeah, the videos didn't happen, so I thought I would just get them online. But this picture of Jasper was actually my first one I had an idea for, because I thought it was really funny. I personally don't like It's a Small World. It's my least favourite ride. It's kind of, I know I'll probably get lynched by the Disney mob for saying that, but it's nah. But we always make a point of going on that ride when we go to Disney, because you feel like you kind of have to. It's a Disney institution, but oh god. And the first image I had in my head was of Jasper enduring that ride, and yeah, I thought it was really funny that she'd be like trapped on It's a Small World, you know, while she's trapped on this miserable planet, as it were. And I thought it was really good and funny, and I had so much fun drawing this expression of sheer pain. The second picture I had in mind was an image of Pearl going into space on Space Mountain, because obviously, you know, she wanted to go into space. And I had this really cool image of her in her space suit, space jumpsuit thing, on Space Mountain, so I did that one. And then I just had the silly idea of Peridot on the Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast. Originally it was going to be Pearl, no it wasn't. Originally it was going to be Ruby and Sapphire on it, because it's a 2-player ride you go on, and if you don't know the ride, you sit in these little buggies and you try and shoot the targets, and you and your partner have a gun each and you try and shoot the targets. So I thought it'd be quite cute because that's the 2 of them together. But then it just seemed too perfect to have Peridot maniacally shooting I don't know if she sort of thinks it's real, or if she's just, hey, this is a thing I can destroy. But yeah, so those are images you can find. I didn't record them in the end. I got so frustrated with being useless, essentially, that I didn't record them, which is really stupid because that's kind of being extra useless. But yeah, and it's kind of a big deal that I'm doing this digitally because it was the first time I ever did record anything digital. I'm using open broadcast software, and that was a bit of a pain in the bum because I had to then convert the file over to something that my video editor would recognize, and I don't know the first thing about video editing, so it tells me all these numbers and codecs and things, and I'm just plucking them out of the sky because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I think this came out okay, question mark. The start, I know, there's a lot of weird sort of JPEG-y compression at the start of the video. I don't know why. I guess it's something I'm going to have to learn because digital art is kind of my forte, and I'm so much more comfortable doing it, so recording it is probably something I'm going to have to get better at doing. I'm using Paint Tool Sai. At the very start of the video, it would have made sense to have discussed it at the start of the video, was, you can see that I actually took a photo. I sketched the picture out on pen and paper first, and I sketched it out about 3-4 different times. I used the light box to get it all right and stuff, because it was the buggy, mainly Jasper, I drew really first time. I've never drawn her before, and I thought I got her really well, but the little boat and that just wasn't happening, and I'm still not particularly happy with it. But so I drew with them on pen and paper, and then I was kind of too lazy to actually scan it, so I just sort of held it up and took a photo of it, and you could see in the early start of the video that I'm sort of drawing over my photo to get the line work here. I love Paint Tool Sai. It's my go-to program for everything. I don't know, I presume it's pronounced Sai. Paint Tool Sai? Sai makes sense. I do have Photoshop, and I do have Clip Studio, which was there was a really good discounted deal for that, so I bought that not long ago, and I've got like all the inking tools and all the different brushes and that you can buy for it, but I know it's meant to be really, really good, but my heart just goes straight back to Sai. I just love it so much, the blending on it and the paper textures and everything. I just love so much. So yeah, you can see that I'm just having so many problems with this because I sort of had this image in my head of a pretty retro look, and I wanted it to be lineless, but I'm not a lineless artist, I can't do it, so I kind of did the lines, and then I sort of smoothed them out and smushed them out, and I don't know, it was all just very much experimenting. I get to the point with a lot of my pictures that I spend so long deliberating over the little things that I sort of just go for it, and I end up causing a lot of my own problems because one of the big things I'll do is I will just decide to paint it all on one layer. I didn't in this one. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a bunch of layers, but sometimes I just go, I'm gonna paint like a real artist, quote unquote, before I get lynched for that, because I'm a digital artist. So it's like, I'm going to do it all on one layer, and, you know, I'm going to muster through, and then halfway through the drawing I'm like, why the hell did I do this? This is literally a fate worse than death. So, yeah, I kind of usually make my own problems for things, but I think I did it well in the end, because I had Jasper, I kept her inked in this sort of really rough pencil. I think it's a pencil brush that I used. And then I kept the background as just smoochy, lineless. I don't know. I think it kind of worked out in the end, but it did take a lot of confangling. It would be so much easier if I just planned images out before I started painting them, but I just get so impatient sometimes that I'll do the sketch, and I mean, the boat was a perfect example of it, because I did this very loose sketch, and then I thought, oh, I'll just make it up as I go, and then, I just make it so much more hard for myself. So much more hard for myself. I'm an English student. It's the best. Yeah, and these guys, this is again me trying to do lineless and massively failing at it. I'm not good with that. But I just wanted this loose background image of the haunting, terrifying, soulless dolls that you get in the ride. I think I sort of used a reference picture of Holland or somewhere, so they're all, you know, or Denmark maybe, or somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, I know it's like one of the big rides, it's one of the original rides, it's everyone's meant to love It's a Small World, but I don't know, I force my friends on it because it feels like we have to go on it, but it's that song, it's just that song, and if it wasn't for the dolls and the people, I think it would be a really cute, lovely little ride, because the animals and the other characters and the scenery in that is fine, but these soulless black-eyed dolls and the song is, yeah, nah. No. I want to draw the other gems and Stephen and Connie and Greg. I just haven't got around to that yet. I got back from Disney last weekend, so I've sort of been trying to throw myself into being productive again, and sadly that's not massively successful yet. But the obvious idea that my friend Luke gave me was that Greg should be on the rock and roller coaster, so I absolutely need to draw Greg sort of rocking out on an air guitar on the rock and roller coaster. And I think that's one of my absolute favourite rides in Disney, certainly in Disneyland Paris anyways. And that and the Tower of Terror. The Tower of Terror is my absolute favourite ride in a Disney park so far. I love it so much. It's such a simple ride, it's just a drop ride, but it's the atmosphere and the story, and it's just so much fun. I don't think I can draw any of the gems on that ride. None of them. I'm kind of stuck with Garnet and Amethyst. There's no ride really jumping out that would be funny or good for them to be on. So I think I'm just going to have them just be on any ride. Like, I really love Big Thunder Mountain, so I'll probably draw one of them on that. And what are other really iconic rides at Disneyland? Pirates of the Caribbean. I really want to do like Stephen and Connie together on something. I don't really know what. And yeah, I really wanted to keep it Disneyland Paris rides. I was told, maybe you should do Lapis on Splash Mountain because it's a water ride, and obviously Lapis is watery elementally, but I want to keep it Disneyland Paris because that is the Disneyland park that I've been to now 3 times. And I just love it there so much. It's the local park, and it was the one that I was going to, which inspired all these pictures anyway. So yeah, we'll see what I do the other gems doing, but that is my next thing, and I'll actually record doing them this time, unlike the other 2 that I just didn't record. I had so much fun with this background. Like, once I got away from the pencil smoosh nonsense of the dolls and the boat and everything, I looked at some sort of promo art and things for Small World, and the background of the ride is all this sort of 2-dimensional, really abstract, beautiful, weird backgrounds, and I really wanted to do that, and I think I conveyed that quite well. I really love the background. You can see here that I'm completely copping out on drawing different dolls. I just wanted this picture to be over by this point. I spent far longer on it than I wanted to. I wanted it to be a quick thing, so I copy pasted them like the cheater that I am. But yeah, I'm sorry I waffled so much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it worked out okay despite my first digital video thing. And I will see you guys next week when I promise to upload a new video. Bye!